the blinding lights of a packed auditorium, a young slender man wearing a loosely fitted suit steps onto the stage. He is nervous. His smile is awkward, but his eyes hold a desperate electric hunger. This is the Churchill Show, the undisputed kingmaker of Kenyan comedy. And the year is 2009. The man is Erick Omondi, and for the next few minutes, his clean observational humor about campus life and everyday Kenyan struggle will earn him the affection of a nation.
Anakuwa soba. Bana nimenotice ukiangalia hapa kani watu behave kama zile vitu wanakunywa. Wale watu kunywa vitu expensive wana behave expensively. Wako na kitu inaitwa etiquette. Hata akitembea anakuanga, alafu anakuwa amefurahi, alafu anastaga na swaga. Wana juu amekunywa kitu expensive kwa Baileys anastaga hivi. Yani anakuwa amefurahi na anastaga na kaswag fulani ya, na hata kama haja kukanyaga kuna etiquette akwambia sorry I might step on you, it's not my liking. Alafu anakuja told you. Anaenda wale watu kunywa pombe mbaya mbaya utawajua pia wanakujanga alafu wale watu kunywa pombe cheap wanakuanga wanasuspect kila mtu. Anasuspect anaingia hapa, anasuspect kila mtu anaingia. Nimewakosea. Anajishuku.
He is the underdog, the relatable mastermind, the humble learner to a comedy king. And absolutely no one, not even himself, could have predicted that this same man would one day lock himself in a cage outside parliament, declare war on the country's entire music industry, and build an empire fueled by the chaotic, addictive, and often dangerous currency of pure controversy. This is how a comedian became the most brilliantly chaotic brand in African entertainment. For years, Erick Omondi was the model student of comedy, under the wings of Daniel, also known as Churchill.
I tell Churchill is my dad. Yeah. Literally, aliniokota huko at River Daystar, akanileta kwa stage kama hii pale Carnival na ndio mkanijua.
He learned the craft. His jokes were sharp, his timing was impeccable, and his persona was that of a slightly goofy but clever young brother. He was the breakout star of a generation, a household name who represented the new, hopeful face of Kenyan entertainment. He toured, he performed for presidents.
But let me tell you, I keep telling him I am one of the most blessed comedians in Kenya. And the reason is, thank you, God bless you, asante. I'm one of the most blessed comedians because I don't know, utaniambia, I could be the only comedian who has performed before all the presidents. I don't know about you, all of them. Amen. Okay, apart from Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, sikuwa nimezaliwa. But all of them. But I performed before Moi, I performed before Kibaki, I performed before Uhuru, all presidents, mpaka Raila. What? All of them. All of them. Mpaka Raila.
He was the golden boy. But for a mind like Erick's, the golden cage of mentorship was still a cage. He saw a future that his mentor, a titan of traditional media, could not yet fully grasp. A future that lived not on a television screen, but in the sterile, infinite glow of a smartphone. In 2014, he did the unthinkable. He walked away from the Churchill Show, the biggest platform of his life. It was a terrifying leap into the darkness, a move many saw as career suicide. He was leaving the safety of the king's court to try and build his own kingdom in the wild, untamed wilderness of YouTube. The early days were a grind. He was no longer guaranteed an audience of millions on national television. He was now fighting for every click, every view, and every subscriber. He started with what he knew, parody, but he elevated it. He did not just mimic musicians, he became them. His parodies of artists like Diamond Platnumz or Sauti Sol were meticulously produced, shot-for-shot remakes that showed a new level of dedication. He launched the How to Be series, a brilliant satirical breakdown of Kenyan tribes and personalities that became a viral sensation.
How are you? Erick Omondi hapa. Now, Diamond Platnumz is one of the best African musicians. Actually, the best African musician. You know that being Diamond Platnumz is the easiest thing. Rahisi sana kuwa Diamond Platnumz. Chibo Dangote, rahisi sana. You need to do a few things to be Diamond Platnumz. Number one, you need swagger. Swagger. You need to look like almost kama mwenda wazimu, ushaelewa, kama mtu amechapaka, amekachapa, sini kuchapaka. Katu yani umerarukiwa kabisa. Zip badala weke zip hapa mbele, hapa mali nyeti, unaweka zip magotini ba. Ushaelewa? Unavaa viatu hazifanani, alafu unachukua chuma unaweka mdomoni, ushaelewa? Kipigwa na stima bana utafanyaje? Nakwambia, swaga tu, chukua kitu kama ya umbwa hichi. Ushaelewa? Kubwa weka shingoni. Na wanda unaona Diamond akitembea kila saa kwa hivi bana, mvulutwa chini, ile ni gravity, ushaelewa.
He was pioneering a new path. He was showing a generation of creators that did not need a gatekeeper like a TV station to reach the masses. You just needed a camera, an idea, and a relentless work ethic. The world began to notice. He was nominated for a BET award. He appeared on The Tonight Show. Erick Omondi became a digital force and an international brand. He had built his kingdom, but ruling a kingdom is one thing. Keeping it from falling into irrelevance is another. And Erick Omondi was about to discover that outrage was far more potent source of fuel than laughter. The first tremor of the man he would become arrived in late 2020. The announcement was audacious. A reality show called Wife Material. The premise was a bizarre, chaotic parody of The Bachelor, where women from across East Africa would compete to be his wife. The show was low budget, semi-scripted, and utterly unhinged.
Okay, ask.
Never have I ever kissed a girl.
Oh damn. It had to be that one. Okay. Okay. Never have I ever had a threesome.
Never have I had a threesome. Right.
Yeah.
When was this?
No.
Jana.
Babe, no details. Come on.
Okay.
Baby.
It featured staged fights, dramatic confessions, and a level of reality TV that Kenya had never seen before. The numbers were astronomical. The show dominated every social media platform. He had broken the internet, but he had also crossed a line. The then CEO of the Kenya Film Classification Board, Ezekiel Mutua, declared war.
Two crimes there. He doesn't have a filming license for the same, and the films are not rated for age suitability.
He called the show immoral and had Erick arrested.
Let's go. Let's go.
It was a national scandal, and in that moment, Erick Omondi had an inspiration. Laughter gave him fans, but controversy gave him power. He learned that outrage was a currency, and he was determined to become its central bank. He emerged from the wife material scandal not weakened but strengthened. A transformation began. The skinny comedian started to disappear, replaced by a muscular, physically imposing figure.
Idiot.
The change was a statement of intent. His comedy became louder and more confrontational. The witty observations were replaced by extreme, often bizarre publicity stunts. He staged a fake bloody fight with rapper Calligraph Jones. He announced his own lavish wedding, sending the gossip blogs into a frenzy, only to reveal it was for a music video. He began cross-dressing, creating the flamboyant and apologetic character, further infuriating his conservative critics. Each stunt was a form of media manipulation. He would create a spectacle, wait for the inevitable backlash, and then ride the wave of free publicity, staying in the headline for weeks. He crowned himself the President of Comedy Africa, a title no one gave him, but one that no one could effectively challenge, because by sheer force of will and noise, he had made himself the most talked about comedian on the continent. But as the stunts grew more elaborate, the line between performance art and reality began to blur. By 2023, the character he was playing and the man himself seemed to merge into one unpredictable entity. This is when he pivoted again into his most complex and controversial role to date, the activist. He declared a new war. This time on behalf of all Kenyan artists. His cause forced local radio and TV stations to play 70% Kenyan music. It was a popular, noble cause, but his methods, however, were pure Erick Omondi. He chained himself inside a glass box outside the Kenyan parliament, broadcasting his protest live to millions. He was arrested and tear-gassed. To his supporters, he was a hero, a man sacrificing his body for the good of the industry. To his critics, this was his greatest performance yet, using a legitimate grievance as a backdrop for the ultimate publicity stunt. He did not stop there. He launched a movement called Sisi kwa Sisi, a crowdfunding initiative to help Kenyans in desperate need. He would post a tragic story in his Instagram, a family unable to pay medical bill or a student needing a school fee, and mobilize his millions of followers to donate, and they did. Millions of shillings will be raised in a matter of hours. He was now a philanthropist, a digital Robin Hood using his platform to bypass broken system and deliver direct aid. The skinny kid from the Churchill stage was now a one-man welfare state, a political force who could galvanize the masses more effectively than most elected leaders. The arrests, which had once been staged for cameras, were now becoming very real. He was no longer just annoying the moral police. He was challenging the political establishment itself. He was holding rallies, making demands, and proving he could command the crowd. He had become a ghost in the machine of power, too popular to ignore, but too unpredictable to control.